Hey guys, what's up? It's Brendan and we're back with more WWE 13 Universe Mode, and as you can see we are just about, I don't know, three weeks away from our Money in the Bank pay-per-view, so I don't know, about 6 episodes or something like that. So we're just going to check through the rankings and see where we're at the moment as we look towards the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And basically this episode we're going to try and focus on the Money in the Bank match itself, just like the one beforehand. The focus in the next few weeks is going to be on the Money in the Bank matchup and who is going to win that match, as we go ahead and check out our main event show. Fandango beating Drew McIntyre, AJ Lee beating Brie Bella, and our triple threat match, Curtis Axel, Cesaro, and Big E Langston. It's Big E Langston getting a win. Dolph Ziggler defeats Alberto Del Rio, and Kane defeats Rey Mysterio. And we go ahead. This is our show for this week. So we have a 4-man steel cage match. Excuse me. So we have a fatal 4-way match for that. Now the winner of that match will earn a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So huge implications applied to that matchup. As well as that, we have Cody Rhodes versus Jack Swagger in a Falls Count Anywhere match. AJ Lee versus Brie Bella. The Usos are going to take on the tag team champions, and Christian will take on Damien Sandow. So let's go ahead and simulate these matches. We're going to play the steel cage match, of course. So Cody Rhodes versus Jack Swagger. It's Cody Rhodes getting a win in the Falls Count Anywhere match. AJ Lee loses against Brie Bella. The Usos versus the tag team champions. The tag team champions are just too good at the moment. 3MB, well, I guess you could say 2MB. And Christian defeats Damien Sandow to kind of cement his spot in the Intercontinental Championship scene. So he may just be the #1 contender leading into Money in the Bank if he gets a couple more wins. As we go ahead and check out our steel cage match, in comes Daniel Bryan. Oh man, he kind of moved away from the World Heavyweight Championship scene. He's been focusing on the Tag Team Championship, but he hasn't been able to get a big win. He hasn't been able to kind of get that win with Kane and bring himself back to the #1 contendership. So he would love to get a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. There's no doubt about that. And Dolph Ziggler just recently moved from Raw to Smackdown, so he moved show. So he went from competing against Chris Jericho week after week on Raw and trying to work his way for the WWE Championship. Now he's trying to get himself a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match and get that Money in the Bank briefcase to cash in for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Wade Barrett, a guy that, well, we haven't seen much of him. He hasn't had much of an impact in that Smackdown show, so this is a good opportunity for him to get a shot at the Money in the Bank. So he could earn a spot in the Money in the Bank matchup. If he could go on to win, he may actually become World Heavyweight Champion at one point. And of course, Sin Cara, another man that we haven't seen a lot of. He's done a bit of tag team with Rey Mysterio, but not too much. And well, I guess it's a good opportunity for him to submit his spot here on SmackDown and earn his way to a Money in the Bank ladder match opportunity. So should be a good matchup. Who knows who's going to win? All guys kind of need this big win, so they're all going to be wanting it pretty badly. So here we go. The steel cage is underway. Now, the Money in the Bank ladder match, of course, 6 guys are in the match, and you see Sin Cara trying to make an early escape. He might just do that. No, Wade Barrett knocking him down. 6 guys are in this matchup. So in the next few weeks, we're going to just be doing qualifying matches for that. Sin Cara trying again to get up, as you see Ziggler and Daniel Bryan busy, but Wade Barrett knocks him down. And, you know, last episode, we did a qualifying match there where Chris Jericho is now in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, he won that Battle Royale. So this week, steel cage fatal 4-way. Next week, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but certainly something similar. I'm like trying to get probably 3 or 4 guys in a match and sticking them together and see how they go kind of situation. That's what my kind of plan is, what to do. So something like that I think would be pretty cool, and just kind of give as many people as I can an opportunity to earn their way in the Money in the Bank. Now, of course, if they've had an opportunity, they still can get another one. So this is not just their one and only chance. So if they may get booked in another matchup to earn their spot. So who knows who's going to end up in it. Well, there's 5 spots left now. There'll be 4 after this matchup. So there's plenty of opportunities for guys to get in this. So 2 more SmackDown and 2 more Raw superstars will earn a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So as well as that, on the SmackDown side of things, Sheamus is the #1 contender for the Big Show's World Heavyweight Championship. That'll be a bit of a focus in the next couple of weeks as well. So we'll see much more of that. The booking on the Universe Mode hasn't been really showcasing the Big Show or Sheamus or top level guys. So it's this thing that is a bit frustrating in the game, but you know, I'm doing a lot more of the matches myself. The only match I actually set this week was the Usos and 3B and this matchup, so it's not too bad. I mean, the Christian and Sandow main event was a pretty good one because, you know, Christian, he needs to kind of get a couple more wins to solidify himself as the #1 contender for Kofi Kingston's Intercontinental Championship. And well, Sandow, he has been a bit of a late comer. You know, he's come in and he's been winning some matches and earning his way back to the top, so he may get an opportunity at the IC title at some point. Could be at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, I'm not too sure. And also had a question from you guys if I was going to do the Payback pay-per-view. Now, the thing is, I like to keep it to what the game has, so I would do Payback, but you know, you don't have the custom ring and you don't have the pay-per-view feel to it. You don't have all the images and icons and things like that, and just the little things to kind of make a pay-per-view awesome. So maybe, I'm sure Payback will be in the next game, so something like that. Definitely, I kind of just like to keep to the pay-per-views of what they are. I mean, I put in Vengeance instead of Capital Punishment because Vengeance was an option as a pay-per-view, and Capital Punishment, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So that was the only change. That was the only reason why I changed that. So won't be using Payback, guys. It'll be just sticking to what we do. And plus, Payback would have been instead of Over the Limit. So that's kind of gone and past us now. So, or would it be? Yeah, it would be Over the Limit, I think. So yeah, and you know, I don't think there's any point. So whatever. And as you see, this match has continued. Daniel Bryan trying to get out. The only way to win this match is by escaping the cage, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any pinfalls or submissions. So that's the most important thing. These guys are just trying to escape the cage, and I think it adds a new dynamic, a new dynamic to this matchup because of the fact that they're going to have to, on the Money in the Bank, they're going to have to climb up the ladder and get the briefcase. This time, they're going to have to escape the cage. So these guys, rather than putting them in a ladder match, you know, in where they're trying to aim to be, they have to try and win a steel cage match. So that's the kind of thing that's going to be happening in the next few weeks, you know, doing these little challenges, so to say. And Sin Cara almost getting out, but Wade Barrett knocking him back down. So adding these little kind of stipulations that are different to what they're trying to achieve, you know, trying to get into. So the Money in the Bank match, not going to do a TLC or a ladder match or something like that. You know, doing steel cages and battle royales, things like that, tables matches, things like that, adds a new stipulation to these kind of things, and you know, makes these guys have to go out of their element, I guess, so to say, to win the match, or you know. So I think it's something like that will work pretty well as Ziggler gets slammed to the mat, and as well as that, Sin Cara slammed to the mat. Wade Barrett looking to climb out. Daniel Bryan trying to get him, as well as Ziggler. Ziggler is the man who does the job. No, Barrett counters. Barrett almost out. Barrett, no. Ziggler climbing up with him. Not going to happen. And Barrett, no. Reverses again. He's up at the top of the cage. And he's done it. He's escaped the cage. Wade Barrett has qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match at Money in the Bank pay-per-view in 3 weeks' time. Wow. What a match up there. And, well, congratulations to Wade Barrett. He might get an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship 1 point if he can go on to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. So big win for Wade Barrett. Certainly needed a big win, and he's done the job. He's done well. So kudos to him. He's done it. And, of course, he will join Chris Jericho in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Stay tuned for the other contestants of that match will be revealed over the next few weeks. And, yeah, so SmackDown's certainly heating up. I'm trying to really fix SmackDown a bit. I mean, not focusing on Raw a bit much. I'm trying to really elevate SmackDown as well. I'm trying to get that show back to where I would like it to be. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of WWE 13 Universe Mode. Of course, if you did, make sure you leave a like. I would really appreciate that. Comments are always appreciated as well. And if you haven't subscribed, I think you guys should. I think you should check out the channel. I've got plenty of more videos coming. I've got the return of WWS videos. I've got a big WWS return with a big pay-per-view video coming up real soon for that, as well as SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 GM mode. Much more. Guys, check it all out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.